Hi, I'm Sarah Faircloth, and we're going to look at shoulder stand. This is found in the 8th class of the 8-class series, if you want to check that series out. Or just check this one class out where we learn Urdhva Dhanurasana, full back bend, and Sarvangasana and Halasana. Sarvangasana, shoulder stand, Halasana, plow pose. So when you do shoulder stand, when you first approach it, some teachers like to practice on blankets. I only do that if you need a lot of support. I'd rather you actually start on the mat because it's going to give you so much more support. The surface is harder. You have the floor under you, and you're not going to have sort of these slippery blankets. If you do use blankets, you can always fold up the mat over top, and that gives you a little bit more stickiness, but it still is a little squishy surface for doing the whole pose. Okay, so if you can start here, the main thing to check is that the neck is off the ground. In order to keep the neck off the ground, you have to do this. You can do it with me. Lift up through the whole torso. Take the top of the arm bones back. Take the head back. The throat has to go back, the head goes back, and you can tip the chin a little bit. And this will create a little trench for your cervical vertebrae to go into. If you start to lose that and the weight starts to collapse down, then you just come out of the pose and you work up to it. You can also practice up at the wall with blocks and do modified versions of shoulder stand along the way. So here it is. So I start out lengthening again, head of the arm bones back, and I already have a big lift through the chest, and the vertebrae aren't touching at all. Once you get to the top of the pose, you can walk the elbows in. And then Halasana. Stretch the toes over the torso all the way over the head. Interlace your hands. And then you can use the hands as leverage to work the shoulders in again. Give a little bit more support. In Halasana, just like shoulder stand, the neck won't touch the ground at all. Legs are straight. You can root the thighs up. You can even do this variation with the toes down. And that's shoulder stand and plow pose.